the squat rack of knowledge. Figured since everybody does everything in the squat rack, including curls, we might as well teach you here too. So what we're going to talk about is how you create an exercise and diet program for yourself. So this portion here is going to be the diet program. Now, because every person is different, I'm going to show you how to calculate it for yourself so that you can do all the calculations each week that you need to get to where you have to be, okay? And so we'll link in this section below where you can find a very good BMR calculator. That's your basal metabolic rate, and that's how you're going to determine how many calories that you are going to need for your exercise level, okay? Now, one thing I would suggest is as you lose weight, don't go back and recalculate each time. Just stick to that same number. As long as it's working for you, it's just going to benefit you in the long run. So we're going to use Molly, aka Mal Beast, as our example. Okay, so when we're calculating her diet, we're going to use a base weight of 180 pounds. And so with an exercise level set at moderate, which I think we're actually higher than that, but we're going to err on the side of caution. With a exercise level of moderate, she comes out at about 2,455 calories a day, and that's to maintain her current weight. But we want her to lose weight right now, so we're going to take 500 off of that. So I'm just going to use round numbers here, so we're going to round that to 2,000 calories. And then what you want to do is figure out how many meals in a day can you get in without missing and skipping meals. And so my suggestion would be shoot for 6, spread out equally throughout the day. But depending on how your day goes, you might want to do 5. I would try to not to do less than 5 though, okay? So to give you an idea, if we take that 2,000 calories and we divide it out over 6 meals versus 5 meals, it's either going to be roughly 333 calories per meal or roughly 400 calories per meal. Doesn't mean every meal is going to be that way, but that's just a good way to start working our program out. So if we take that out of the equation and we start to figure out now, we've got our calories worked up. Now we want to look at protein. So for protein, our goal is 1 gram per pound. That's pretty simple math. 180 pounds, we're shooting for 1 gram per pound. Doesn't mean you're always going to hit it, but that's kind of your goal number. So looking at what we've already calculated, if we go 6 meals, that's going to be 30. If we have to do it in 5 meals, that's going to be 36. Now here's the thing. There's only so much protein that your body can metabolize at one sitting. So if we can distribute it out equally over more meals, it's going to be easier for your body to digest and work with. So in our case, we're going to shoot for the 6 meal plan, so we're looking for about 30 grams per meal. Now, the other thing that we need to work on is our carbohydrates. Because we're doing a ketosis diet, we need to really try to keep those carbohydrates down. Realistically, we want to sit around 10% of our total calories. So if we're looking at a 2,000 calorie diet, that means we're going to get 20 grams of carbohydrates per day. So we're going for 10% of whatever this number is. Okay, so for Molly, if we're going to divide that equally out, it's around 4 grams of carbohydrates per meal. Okay, so hopefully this is simple enough. We don't need to break each meal down too crazy. We just need to know that these are the rough numbers. Now, obviously, if we are able to, say, have a smaller meal at some point, we can have a bigger meal at another point. We just need to make sure that we aren't trying to save all our calories, carbs, and protein for one large meal, okay? The idea is to try to keep them as even as possible. So in Molly's case, her mid-morning meal and her mid-afternoon meal are a little bit smaller, which means that the primary meals, the breakfast, the lunch, and the dinner meal, we're going to be able to get a little bit more content there. Those are the ones that you're going to have time to eat, you're going to have more time to prepare, and are going to really help get you through the day. So, once again, this is how we figure out our diet plan based on your body weight and your BMR.